from Citabria Decathlon Forums.com. Just doing another tutorial video to show off a couple of the features of the site that make it really handy for posting and responding to other people's posts. And again, as usual, I just want to let you know about the shortcut. If you go to ccdforums.com, it redirects you back to the website, which is very handy if you're on a smartphone, a tablet, something where typing in the full name is difficult or time-consuming or just annoying. The short name is there for your convenience. The long name is there to show up better in search results. So anyway, let's take a look at this one post posted today by FCG. I was just reading through this thinking to myself, gee, what a good guy for taking the time to share all of this stuff and to explain it and to even post a photo. So I was just going to post, hey, thanks for doing all that. I appreciate it. If you don't have time to do that, you can just click this little button right here. That lists down at the bottom of the post people that have acknowledged it, that have said thank you. That's the like button. Forums started adding that when Facebook was becoming popular because everyone loved hitting the like button on Facebook. I almost said the fake button, but Facebook like, fake. Anyway, I almost called it the fake button, but it's actually the like button. Forums started adding that back when Facebook was becoming popular because people thought it was fun on Facebook to be able to hit the like button. You'll usually see me saying something a little more substantial, like, hey, thanks for taking the time to post that. But anyway, if you see a post and you want to reply, there's a few different ways to do that. Most obviously is to hit reply. And what that does is it opens up this text box and it quotes the entire post. And then down at the bottom here, at the end of this little bit of computer code, closing out the quote, you can add whatever else you want to say. So you might say, hey, thanks for posting all of that, exclamation point. And then you hit post reply. And now your response has all of that prior quote as part of the reply. So you could do that. Or you can just come down underneath this little quick reply box, it's called, and you could just type in there, hey, thanks for posting all of that. And then hit post reply. And what that does is it doesn't quote everything, it just puts your post and the person will see it. Now, one of the things you can do, which is called a mention in the world of forums, is you can specifically, let's delete this one here, I thought I did that. So what you could do is you could do a mention, which is like giving a shout out to somebody at the website. So what you do is you put ampersand, right? That's that little A with the circle around it. Ampersand, the person that wrote the quote or the person that made the post is FCG, so I'm going to type his name and watch what happens as I start typing. The website says, it looks like you're trying to type one of our members. Here's one that starts with what you've already typed. So you can just click on that. And then when I say, hey, thanks for posting all of that, when I hit post reply, what it's going to do is, you see this little link right here? What that did was it just sent a message to him saying, somebody mentioned you in one of your posts. So he'll get a link back to this thread and he'll see that I mentioned him. And so maybe if I thought, hey, this is a really helpful bit of information, I could do something like this. I can put right here, instead of going to FCG, I could mention, say, Bob Turner. So there's Bob. I could say, hey, Bob, look at what was said about landing gear bolts. And what this is going to do is it's going to send a little message to Bob saying I mentioned him, and he's going to come see this thread and see my little message. And so this is a way to just call his attention to the fact that there's a thread here that he might be interested in. So again, it puts that little link right there just to let me know that it worked. And that just generated a message to Bob. So yeah, while I'm doing this, these guys are getting messages. But they'll understand if they watch the video. So I'll delete that now. Now, the last part, if you're familiar with forums, if you've used vBulletin, if you've used WordPress-based forums, if you've seen these things, Something that's really powerful about this site, really handy, really efficient, is you can take specific pieces of this thread and reply to them in your post. So when I was reading this, I saw something about the tail wheel, that they have a modified tail wheel U-bolt system similar for the main gear. And I thought, gee, that's nice to know. I'm glad he shared that with us, right? So, where was that? It was, here we go. It was worth noting that the factory has also replaced the small bent U-bolt design on the tail wheel. So what I can do is I can highlight that and watch what happens when I let go of the mouse. So I've highlighted it, I let go. You see that little reply thing? I can click that reply, and now it only quotes that bit that I've highlighted. But it gets better. I can now go to another quote up here, right? Another piece of text, and I can say, I want that one, right? So I highlight it, I let go, it says reply again, it adds it. So now I've taken two little bits of that quote of that post, and I've dragged them down into here using the software that the site provides. And then I can either say, great to know, thanks. And then down here I can say, bummer. All right, and then when I post the reply, I don't have the whole thread quoted. I have separate quotes, separate replies, and it just makes these conversations, it gives you more flexibility in how you reply and how you post. So those are good things to know. If you're going to reply to a thread, you have options, whether you want to reply to the whole thread or the whole post and quote the whole thing, or you don't want to quote any of it, or you just want to quote little bits of it. And then as a last resort, if you're in a hurry, if you don't really have anything to say, you just hit the like button. All right, so thanks for watching. Thanks for being at the site.